Hey Gemini, welcome to your love and romance reading for July 2021. This is for Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. We're going to see what's going on in love and romance for you guys in 2021 in the month of July. If you're tired of love readings, or sometimes I see in the comments, we're like, oh, I'm so sick of love readings. If you're new here, you came to the right channel. You just clicked on the wrong video, okay? In the weekly forecasts, I talk about everything other than love. Once a month, I do a love reading. That's what this is here. So if you're here for love and romance, let's get right on into it here and see what's going on for Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus in the area of love and romance for July 2021. And so the first card that's coming up for you guys is the Two of Swords. Now, the Two of Swords can be that we feel that we're at a bit of an impasse. You know, like we've kind of made it very clear to someone how we feel or what we want, and they might be in the energy of wanting something completely different, but neither one really wants to walk away. Neither one really wants to give up, and it's just like, what now? Like, what do we do now? Now, some of you who watch my videos, you've heard me talk about the Two of Swords before. Over the years reading for people, I see Two of Swords come up a lot of the times as like a bit of a heads up or a bit of a warning. Like, hey, look, you know, like this is really important. You're being given guidance, you're being given information. If you don't take those steps, if you don't act accordingly, there can be some kind of a tower moment coming in. Now, don't get upset, guys, because the tower moments don't come in to punish us. The tower moments come in to get us moving along, to get us headed in the right direction, to remove any distractions, right? We always say that, oh, if something's not for me, then I just want to know it's not for me. That's what the tower moments are about. This doesn't mean, I really have to emphasize that, this does not mean that you're going to have a tower moment in July, okay? It just means that there's potential for one. But if you are reading the writing on the wall, so to speak, paying attention to the signs, being true to yourself, then you're not going to have a tower moment. But there's something here in your love life where I feel like you've made what you want and what you need very clear to this person, and they might not be stepping in here. And for some of you, this is a friends with benefits kind of situation. Who else was it that had something familiar? I think it may have been Leo. I'm curious how many of you may have a Leo placement. But okay, sometimes it's like we tell somebody what we want and they're like, oh, well, I wish I could, but I can't, right? And then we think, okay, if we wait long enough, maybe they'll come around, maybe they'll see things my way, maybe their feelings will get strong enough and deep enough to where like they'll be ready, or they'll go next level, or they'll want what I want. And Spirit is saying that the writing is on the wall here with this person. So this is not a time to wait for somebody to figure out if they want what you want. Okay, two of Swords is like there's a clear impasse here. Like you're clear and you're sure about what you want, and they're clear and they're sure about what they want. So you don't want to find yourself just kind of stuck in the situation until Spirit comes in and says, okay, tower moment, let's move it along now. Your next card coming up here, yup, oh my gosh, I just got the chills, is the Knight of Wands, okay? So traditionally speaking, the court cards a lot of the times in tarot are going to be representative of somebody coming into the situation. And the Knight of Wands could be a fire sign person, a Sagittarius, a Leo, or an Aries. But, okay, for me in my readings, Knight of Wands tends to be someone who comes in and out of a situation, right? Like they're playing peekaboo or something. They come in and out, in and out, in and out. And so you might be waiting for this person to get it the heck together, right? Like get it together, Figure it out. Are you ready? Are you gonna stay? If you're not gonna stay, get away, stay away. But yet this person comes back. And so some of you are thinking, okay, well, they keep coming back. So there's something pulling them here, right? There must be feelings. And there could be feelings. There could be real feelings. But this is the issue with Knight of Wands. Knight of Wands, for me, the way that Knight of Wands is wired, and I'm using the word wired to really emphasize that this is in their character. This is deeply ingrained in who they are as a person, so it's not going to change, right? The same way that there might be something is programmed, like this is like in their the way that they're made. And so something about the Knight of Wands is very much like an outdoor cat, right? Like they're gonna come in home, they're gonna come showing up when they want to be pet and fed, and they want to drink, and they want to have their food, and they want to be loved up on. And once their tummy is nice and full and they're not thirsty anymore, and they've gotten their little cuddles and caresses, and they're feeling satisfied, they go sauntering off into the neighborhood. They go out there until next time. And you don't know when you're going to see them. They're going to show up whenever they feel like it, whenever they need to have their needs met, right? That's very convenient for the cat, and it might be nice for you if you're like, well, yeah, it works for me because I like having the distance, or I like having the space. But some of you have decided that you don't want the distance, and you don't want the space, and you want someone who's going to be around all the time. What happens if you try to force an outdoor cat to be an indoor cat? It is gonna destroy everything, right? It can't do it. It can't. An outdoor cat cannot be forced to be an indoor cat. And so that's how the Knight of Wands is. There may be love, there may be affection, there may be appreciation, but this is someone who will come and go, come and go, come and go. And Spirit is saying, don't hold out. Don't hold out. You've given this person enough time to make up their mind. You've given this person enough time to make up their mind. This is not about them making up their mind. This is about how they are wired. The next card coming in here for you, Gemini, is the Four of Wands. Okay? So you may be discouraged in this process, right? But Four of Wands oftentimes comes up to indicate here marriage, celebrations. Sometimes it could indicate specifically weddings. Okay, maybe some of you are going to a wedding in July, and you're deciding to let go of this Knight of Wands, and this is opening up to like meeting somebody new at a wedding or a celebration. Some of you may be meeting someone at some kind of a celebration. I do feel specifically this is something outdoor. Now, with the Four of Wands, a lot of the times when the Four of Wands comes up for me in my readings, it's Spirit's way of giving you confirmation that yes, there's not only committed love coming in for you, but actually marriage, like official marriage. And so maybe some of you are wondering about that. Maybe some of you are like, well, like, am I gonna ever get married, or will I ever get married again? Four of Wands is yes. Also, right, how I talked about the Knight of Wands, where it's like this, in and out kind of energy? That's more of a lover. That's not necessarily a partner, right? That's more of a lover. When Four of Wands comes up, this is the kind of relationship where you all have a life together. You all have a home together. You all have your roots down together. And so you have the same friends. You have friends in common. You do things together. You have a circle together. You have friends who are like family, or a part of your family. And so some of you Geminis may have had this pattern where in the past, your previous relationships, there may have been love, there may have been affection, there may have been chemistry, but you all may have not been on the same path to where your lives never meshed. Your lives never merged, right? Your friends would have nothing in common with their friends, and vice versa. You wouldn't like being around their family. They wouldn't like being around your family. And so you guys had a close relationship. and an understanding, but your lives never came together, right? There was never a sense of community, or like a sense of like a life together. And Four of Wands is saying, yes, love is coming in, but this is someone with whom you're going to have a life with this person. You're going to be able to do things together. You're going to have friends in common. You're going to associate as a couple. You're going to celebrate as a couple. Okay, there's a sense of like togetherness, a sense of foundation. And so this is for those of you who are like wondering, like, is it ever going to come? And Spirit is saying, yes, you're breaking out of that cycle. Okay, for some of you, the first step is when this outdoor cat shows up again, to be strong. To be strong and not to continue in that agreement with that person. They can't just show up whenever they want. They can't just come and go whenever they want, right? And so you have to be strong enough. If you don't, there could be a tower moment. But if the tower moment is happening, the tower moment is happening so that you can have that Four of Wands, right? So Spirit can say, oh, we can't bear to see Gemini suffering anymore. We got to get this person out of the way. We got to get the situation out of the way so that Gemini can have that Four of Wands, right? It doesn't have to be a struggle. It doesn't have to be a struggle. I want to go a little bit more deeply about what I said and what I mentioned. I want to tell you guys what I told Leo in their reading, because like I said, there was a similar energy coming into this for you guys. So Gemini, sometimes I have people, I shouldn't say sometimes, it actually happens a lot. When people come to me for love readings, it's such a common situation. I see this so many times where, you might not be the kind of person who sleeps around. You might be somebody who's very selective about who you're with, and you might not even be the kind of person that's comfortable with friends with benefits kind of situations. However, there could be someone you have a strong connection with. A strong connection, a strong attraction, a strong friendship, and it becomes physically intimate, right? It becomes romantic, or physically intimate, I should say. And so you might ask this person, okay, well, where is this going? And they might be like, well, you know what? I'm going through a really hard time right now, right? Like I'm out of work, or there's a lot of stress at work, or I'm still grieving over a toxic relationship, or I'm grieving over the death of a parent, or, whatever it might be, right? They're coming in with like, all these reasons why they can't be in a relationship with you right now. And you're like, oh my gosh, yeah, I really know this person's having a hard time. I care about them. I don't want to stress them out. I don't want to pressure them. I'm just going to be here for them. I'm going to be a rock for them. I'm going to help them through this. And hopefully our love will grow, and they'll be ready, and they'll let that wall down. They'll let me in, and we'll be together. The problem is this. You've told the person what you want. You want the commitment. You want to move forward. They've basically told you, I can't do that. I don't want to do that. I like what we have now. What we have now works for me. And then if you continue to lie down with this person, then this person understands, okay, all right, Gemini understands. I get Gemini wants more, but I've been clear with Gemini, and I've told Gemini this is how it is, and they understand, and they're accepting it. So now you guys have this agreement that you're going to have all the benefits of a relationship, but you're not going to have the commitment or the label or the relationship. Also, you've made the agreement, Gemini, that I'm going to tell you what I want. I'm going to tell you what's important to me. But if what I want and what I need is not convenient for you, then I'm going to be willing to put all that stuff on the back burner, because I'm going to be convenient for you, right? I'm going to make sure that we do things in a way that are comfortable for you and that are convenient for you. And, so if I don't want something, I'll deal with that, because what's important to me is that your needs are met. That's the agreement you step into if you continue. What a terrible agreement. And yet so many people make this agreement without even realizing that they've made that agreement. But the beautiful thing about agreements is, even if we've made them, we have the free will to say, okay, this agreement is canceled. No more. Maybe I made this agreement in the past, but we're not doing this anymore. Not with you, not with anybody else. Okay? Once you can break out of that agreement, you're going to have your Four of Wands. You're going to have the commitment. You're going to have the connection. You're going to have a life with somebody. Not just a lover, but someone with whom you can share experiences. You can do things together. You can go places together. Okay? So the next card that's coming up here for you guys is the Five of Swords, right? So what is standing in the way, right? Four of Wands is here, but it's sandwiched between Knight of Wands, who just wants to come in and out, and Five of Swords, which is the burning of bridges. So to have this Four of Wands, these are the things you have to deal with. These are the things that are surrounding you that need to be dealt with. Now, there's a double whammy here, Gemini, with the Five of Swords. Because Five of Swords can be a battle, a disagreement, a little thing that blows up and escalates into a big deal, which could be what ushers in the Tower moment if you're not taking the appropriate steps. There could be a little disagreement that really kind of blows into out of proportion that leads to that Tower moment. You're like, what the heck just happened? But there's a double whammy here with the Five of Swords. Five of Swords can be the burning of bridges, and some of you may have heard me talk about this in the previous videos when Five of Swords has come up on this channel. Five of Swords for me comes up a lot of the times when you're being triggered and somebody is like intentionally triggering you, whether they're doing it subconsciously or consciously. They've figured out how to get you to do what they want you to do, based on like saying certain things or doing certain things, right? Like, oh, well, Gemini hates it when people call them selfish, so if I make Gemini feel selfish, then they're gonna do what I want to do to prove to me that they're not selfish. Or Gemini hates to feel guilty, so if I make Gemini feel guilty, then Gemini is gonna do what I want Gemini to do for me. There could be that kind of a dynamic, right? So for you to break out of this, some of you are like, Amethyst, I want to burn this bridge. Believe me, I want to burn this bridge, but I don't know how to do it, right? I'm going to tell you how to do it, okay? Pay attention to the things that are triggering you, right? When you're being triggered, you're having an intense emotional reaction to something. Either you're really sad and depressed, or you're angry, or you're embarrassed. There's some kind of rush of emotion that doesn't feel so great. When you find yourself feeling those emotions, or there's a disagreement with this person and you're getting worked up, or you're feeling guilty, take a step aside if you can and write out what happened. What am I feeling right now? What happened that caused this feeling? What was said? What was done that made me feel this way? Who else in my life has made me feel this way before? Why do I think this current person is putting me through this now? Why do I think the person from before made me feel this way, or did what they did to make me feel this way? And then you're going to write out to release yourself. Anything you feel guilty about, anything that you feel bad about, anything that you feel worried or responsible for, you're going to write out releasing yourself from those things. Then you're going to release this other person by forgiving them. Forgiving them for their actions, forgiving them for what they said or did, and releasing them from the expectations. Right? Like, okay, well, this person disappointed me or let me down, but I'm going to release them from that expectation, right? I'm not going to look to them for these things, and I'm still going to get these things, but I'm not going to look to them for these things. So you do the release, okay? And then at the end, you write out how you choose to feel about yourself and about the situation from now on moving forward. If you can take the time to do this every single time these feelings come up, you're going to deactivate those triggers to where they're not going to exist anymore. And then in the future, it doesn't matter if it's this person or somebody else, they can push that button 1,000,000,000 times. Nothing's going to happen. They're not going to have any power over you because that trigger is no longer active. And some of you are saying, I don't know why I can't walk away. You can't walk away because you're being triggered. Everything is lighting up. Everything is being activated. Everything is really intense. And you're wanting the relief and you're holding out for this relief. But this is someone who's not bringing in the relief. They just keep the agitation going. So if you can address the triggers and the agitation and all the intense surge of activity going on and calm it down, burning the bridge is going to be easy. You're not going to have any issue burning the bridge. Because for some of you, you're in a situation where you are in like a trauma bond with somebody, or this person is activating or agitating or triggering your traumas, and you're taking this as, clinging to this person for relief, and you're taking this as connection or bonding, but it's not healthy. And you have the power to release yourself from it so that you don't have to deal with it anymore. And you can have your Four of Wands. Now, the next card coming up for you, Geminis, is the King of Wands. Okay? Again, this is that lover energy. So for some of you, when you try to burn that bridge, they're going to show up as, okay, I'm going to grow up. I'm going to try. I'm going to make an effort. Gemini is serious now. Gemini is getting ready to walk away. Let me step it up more and let me give them a little bit more of a commitment. But for me in my readings, when it comes in with these kinds of cards and this kind of vibe and this kind of energy, for me, King of Wands is there can be a commitment, but this is more of, again, still a lover. Your lives still are not meshing, right? This is still not someone who's coming in with like building a home with you or building a life with you. Like I said, there could be emotions and there can be feelings. And this person can confess to you and say, Gemini, I realize that I messed up. And I realize that you're done and you're ready to walk away. But I'm going to try harder and I'm going to give you more. Right? But even though they're giving you more, that Two of Swords is telling us you're still at the impasse. Right? They're not coming in as like the King of Cups. They're not coming in the energy of Four of Wands. You don't have Four of Wands as the outcome. You have Four of Wands as the potential. They're coming in as the King of Wands. This is what they're offering you. All right, I can put a label on this. All right, I can commit to you that you're the only person that I'm with. All right, I can maybe introduce you to like a few friends or to some family members, or I can change my relationship status on Facebook or Instagram or whatever, and I'll tell everybody that we're together. But it's still a very independent kind of energy, and this isn't someone who's coming in with marriage. Okay, they might be growing up, they might be making some progress and some improvements, but you're dealing with someone that does not want what you want, but they still want you and they don't want to let you go. It's going to be up to you to be true to yourself and to say, okay, you know what? I'm not going to sacrifice what's important to me. Yes, there's a connection here. Yes, I believe this person cares about me, but I'm not going to feel bad to walk away from somebody who cares about me if what they want and if what they're offering me is not aligned with what I want or what my idea of love is. Okay? You may want to check out your moon sign, your rising sign, or your Venus sign. Sometimes that might resonate with you more than your sun sign. You may need to check out the weekly forecast if you want to know about more than love. If you would like a private reading with me, you can schedule a private reading with me by going to calendly.com/amethystangelite, and you can schedule a private reading with me there. I thank you all for watching, liking, sharing, commenting, and subscribing. Bye, my dears. Be well.